Hello and welcome back to Fair Weather Trains. You join me as I'm just putting the final running in touches to two more Locos I bought in the great week of 3 train fairs. I'm pretty sure you can hear one of them, and that's the one just coming into picture now. So we'll let that one come round again, and we'll stop and take a slightly closer look at them and tell you how much they cost and all that jazz and whether they're any good. So the first one coming round, as I'll put it in front of us. Blimey, that's better, isn't it? This is a Bachmann steam engine, as you can see, and this is 31550 number 60800 green arrow in BR green, and it's a LNER V2. It's got a price on there 59 quid, as you can see, and then it's got another one there 39 quid, and I don't know what it used to be underneath, but more than both of them, and we paid £30 for this. You can see a picture there of a completely different engine as usual. I don't know if there's any paperwork with this. I don't think there is. Let me just double check. Now both of these are not as I bought them. I have actually given them a little bit of a service. They both needed it. Yeah, so there we go. V2 Loco and one of those Bachmann branch line ones, and it is indeed a split chassis. Not really any proper instructions there, just a bit about running in and replacement parts. That's the instructions in its entirety. Nice picture or line drawing, and a little bit of info on the engine itself. Comes with some extra bits. We've got brake rigging, and not sure what we got in there. Some pipes, a couple of pipes, and these little black bits that I haven't quite worked out what they are yet. Not sure what they are, but that's unopened. The second bag, which is it's just brake rigging. I won't bother getting that out. Yeah, so this is a V2 called Green Arrow, which in my little bit of research, which basically means looking up in Ramsey's guide, was some sort of special edition. This particular one, the original release apparently was in a special wooden box, and then they did it again, well, a couple of times, but in black and they did it again in green with their normal packaging. Yeah, it's a limited edition apparently of 500. It's from 2006, and from what I can find out, this is actually still has a mainline license and still runs a bit, I think. Certainly I've never seen it, and I don't know where it's based or anything. I didn't know anything like that. So let's just grab hold of that and we'll have a closer look. Generally, I'm not one for buying old Bachmann or mainline steam engines, or mainline anything really, because of the risk of split axles and whatever. But the guy said this one runs fine, and it does. I've had a look, there are no split axles, but there's other things as well, like there's no tender pickups, as you can see. But as usual with Bachmann, the painting is really good. I've not fitted the brake rig in it, as you can plainly see. It does have NEM couplings, but just that big unsightly hook to connect it to the Loco. Some decent detailing inside or on the ends. Some good moulding. There's a clip there for some fireman's tools, which Certainly weren't in the box. I don't know whether they should have come with it or not. I think it's got a removable coal load. If it's not removable, it's loose. So there's that, I suppose. But yeah, it's a decent model, isn't it? Metal wire handrails there, but a decent model of the tender. Sprung buffers, holes for the hoses, metal handrails again, and these two clips here, well, I presume you put one of those long fireman shovels. Toolboxes on the top. It's reasonably heavy, the tender. It's not a feather light or anything. And then the Loco itself. I mean, a lot of these older Bachmann models do look really good. They're just a bit iffy when it comes to running these days. But yeah, nice running gear there. I think all of it's metal apart from that piece. And the little guide rail bit there. Can see that screw behind the wheels, but the wheels are nicely done. They're not solid. Good nameplate. It is actually, that's a separate piece. That's not printed. Yeah, you might be able to just make that out there. But the lining's nice. Another handrail there. That's metal. That handrail's metal. It's got the warning stickers. Nicely decorated smoke box door. Is there any printing on that shed code? Yeah, there is. 34A, number 60800. Yeah, the hinges are picked out. They look pretty good. I think the difference between this one and the one that came in the wooden box is the wooden box one had a double chimney, which this doesn't. You can just make out a moulding line if you get it in the right light. Yeah, the buffer beam's nicely painted, sprung buffers, except that one's a bit stuck, a bit tight. Come around the other side. Again, nice nameplate. And that gold painted piece on the end of the, don't know what that is, handrail, I don't know, maybe it's a pipe of some description. And the little bits moulded on the side, filler caps and whatever. It's all nicely done. Lining's lovely. Running gear's not too shiny. It looks pretty good. And there's even lining around those windows and glazing. That part, the whistle, I guess that would be, is metal. No writing on the little badge under the number, but it does say route availability 9. Excuse me. And then cab detail, but unpainted. And on the bottom, one thing I find a little bit dodgy, this does have pickups on the front bogie, I think. I meant to test that, but I didn't. But this just looks a bit iffy. Is that horrible looking spring? I mean, maybe it does the job, but you know, undo that and it's going to do a zebedee across the room and you'll never find it again. And the wheels on this were a little bit rough, so I suggest this has probably had a fair bit of running in the past, but they cleaned up all right, but they are a little bit on the rough side in places. And we've got that horrible spring on the back again, as you can see, and plus that piece of wire there, which I'm guessing is a pickup. Maybe there's pickup from the rear pony as well. It could be. Wheels are insulated, so yeah, maybe it's got pickup on that, in which case sort of makes up for no pickups on the tender. It's got the steps there that move with the bogie. Bogie detail's pretty good. And the tender just sort of hooks in that groove, so it just sort of sits on the hook. Yeah, I think that's not bad actually. It's got a decent weight to it, so we'll stick it on the scales and see what it weighs. So Loco and tender together come in at 428 grams. It's not too bad, is it? Yeah, let's put it on the track. So that one's Green Arrow is making it all the way around at that sort of speed over all the points and crossings. We bring the next one in. This is the one that's making all the noise. Get too far, back that back. So this is a Mainline Loco, something I would never buy. But when I tell you the price, you'll see why I did. This was 15 quid. It was boxed, but not in its original box, unfortunately, and I've got no paperwork for it. But this is a J72 with the name Joem. As far as I know, no one's ever made this model before, and this is a preserve Loco, and this is how it is now in its preservation livery, or whatever you call it. This comes from 1980. So let's have a look at this one. Get that off. That really doesn't want to come off. There we go. So the main reason I got this one, apart from the price, of course, is I really like the look of it. I like the livery. It looked in good nick, although you can see there's a bit of something going on with the paintwork there. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to clear that off. I don't know what that is, unless someone has spilt something on it and didn't tell me. Yeah, I'm not sure. I might be able to clear that off. But yeah, because the livery is lovely. It's really nicely applied. Yeah, Joem in Northeastern. Let's just zoom in on that crest if I can. The camera doesn't want to zoom in now. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that crest is nice. It's nicely done. Obviously not nameplates on this one, it's just transfer. A nice green wheels, not solid, which is nice. Brake blocks all in line. And this is, as I said, this is a Mainline. Nothing on that. Yeah, paintwork's a bit iffy around that builder's plate there, has to be said. Just zoom back out a little bit. So yeah, so this is from 1980, would you believe? So it's quite an old one, and I don't normally touch Mainline ones because the ones I've had in the past end up with split axles. This one hasn't. I don't think overall it's had much running. You can see this side, the paintwork's not all fuzzy, or it looks like someone spilt something on it. Still going. But yeah, the livery's so nice. That's what attracted me to it, and of course the price. Can't argue with that, can you? And I thought, even if it's buggered, I can practice on taking it apart. But yeah, it's got the hatches there. This is not metal, unfortunately, that's plastic, but nicely fits together. No moulding line. The whistle, I think, is also plastic. This doesn't want to focus today. It's because the sun keeps coming in and going out and God knows what else. But yeah, there's no glazing. Try that. There's glazing on the front windows. Yes, there is actually. But the porthole windows, they are lined, which is good. There's a great big chunk of weight or part of the motor in the cab there. And then on the back, decent buffer beams, no sprung buffers, nice lining. It's got what looks like the old pram hood style coal bunker. The coal is decent. And the grills on the back windows are nice. No NEMs obviously for this one. You see there, Mainline made in Hong Kong. And for the size of it, this is a weighty beast. So we'll there's a bit more, whatever that is there. Yeah, this is a bit of a weighty beast, so I'll stick this one on the scales as well. So this one, old Joem there, comes in at 234 grams. Decent weight for a little one like this. So when I first tried to run this, I had a case of locomotive epilepsy. Jumping about like no one's business. It was pretty poor runner, so it's been stripped down a bit. It's had a bit of oil. I had to replace a dodgy wire, and now it runs much better. It's noisy, but as far as I'm concerned, all the old mainline locos are a bit on the noisy side. I don't think I'll ever get that any quieter, but it runs okay. The only problem it's got, it has difficulty keeping a steady speed at the moment. It'll run really well. Green arrow's still going. It'll run really well, and then all of a sudden it will just slow down and then speed up again. And every now and again it makes a sort of very slightly grindy noise, which then passes and it runs again. It definitely runs, or gets better the longer you run it. I can't find anything interfering with the gears or anything in there, so I'm not quite sure what that is. It's a bit odd, but yeah, otherwise it runs okay. So let's try it. As I say, it's a bit on the noisy side, and it takes quite a bit of power. Now that's on my Morley controller, that speed was on 50% there, 50% power to get that to run. I don't mind, but it's not too bad, is it? Runs okay. I mean, it's 15 quid for God's sake, you know, what are you going to do? And the reason I ran this, I think it was the first one I did after we got back from the last toy fair, was because I bought it from someone I've never seen at this particular toy fair before, which was a local one, not the big Bristol one. And you never know whether it's someone who's just taken a stand for one toy fair to shift all his shit. But no, this was alright. That's not too bad, is it? It runs better at higher speeds, but it's also noisier. I think it's coupled, let's have a look. Yeah, he's got a couple of old, I think they're mainline wagons, those ones. And then there's a bespoke one that someone made. I picked up a couple of his for the toy fair. In fact, I think that Austin on the back of the little wagon is one of his as well. And then he's got a Southern Region Brakeman on the back. So we're going to send him round. Just check on Green Arrow again. Yeah, running really nice. Just keep an eye on his speed. It's not the track that makes him slow down, it's just something in the motor. I'm also running this one in at the top. This is a Trix. Trix, I think it's called a glass box, or that's its nickname. That's a lovely thing, that is. Here we go back to old Joem. So go. I've given this a good run before I started the video, so it had warmed up, so it's running all right. But occasionally it will just slow down for no apparent reason. So we'll stop them two next time round. Who's first? Joem's going to be first. That hasn't run too badly actually. As you can tell, it's a bit noisy, but I don't think we're going to improve that any really. Green arrow's just coming around the far bend. There we go. So I've got to say, for the money paid for them two, move them up a bit. For the money paid for them two, I'm more than happy. Yeah, what do you think of them? I will look out for, keep an eye on some more Bachmann steamers as long as they're that sort of price. I'm not going up to 60, 70, 80 quid for them, because you could be asking for trouble, couldn't you? So yeah, so that's Green Arrow over the back and Joem. Two Locos that are still preserved, and I believe Green Arrow still has a mainline license, but I don't know any more about it than that. It's just something I saw briefly on the internet while searching for it. So let us know what you think. Would you have paid that for them? I think I would. Well, I think I would do it again. Well worth the money. So with that, we'll leave that there. See you in the next one. And bye for now.